how are you doing? You here for the bear word for my story? Well, let me put the brush down and let's get into it. That's better, clean hands. So, the challenge. Let me ask you a question first. Have you ever built anything from scratch? And I'm not talking about Lego blocks, okay? Like, woodworking. Have you ever built anything from scratch? I have. I have. And this is my story. And you'd better buckle up because you're in for a hell of a ride. Okay, so another question. Are you familiar with the challenge? If not, in a nutshell, Lovey Crystal from the Crafty Creature DIYs and Furniture Flips is our host for this challenge. Crystal is backed up by Lean from New Renaissance. And as the winner of the previous challenge, she now chose the theme, which is Bearwood. And I'm telling you, she should have an anxiety release fee added to her videos. But that's me going off the topic again. The theme, yeah. So we were required to use bearwood as a part of our design in our piece. It could be either bearwood, lacquered or varnished. It could be whitewashed, it could be waxed. Well, bearwood had to be visible. And not the whole piece, just a part of it. And yeah, you can laugh as much as you want, okay? I had known about the challenge for several weeks. But obviously, things cannot go simple. And believe me, I even had this beautiful piece, okay, this beautiful trunk I wanted to whitewash, but I'm telling you, I'm absolutely sure that if God exists, I'm his favorite toy. He is like, really excited getting up in the morning every day, okay, and he's thinking like, oh, what we're gonna throw at Nina today to see how she's gonna deal with that. And I'm telling you, okay? I'm telling you, that's definitely like this. So I had this gorgeous trunk. I was going to refinish for my client. And there was loads of fixing, gluing, sanding, scraping, whatnot, okay? It was around a week before the the challenge due date, when I got the memo that this cannot go as originally planned. So I was devastated. I wanted to scream in frustration, Actually, I did scream in frustration, but never mind. And I need to tell you that with everything that was going and is still going in my life was too much, all right? So I just put my brush down and decided to recharge my batteries for a bit. But then God, universe, you name it, had a different plan for me. I was just minding my business when suddenly I had a phone call from Brico Fermin. That's kind of like, my local Home Depot thing. And they phoned me to confirm the workshop I signed up for. And I was like, oh, I signed up for a workshop. And I was like, that will do me good. Fine. And off I went. Soon today, I drive my sorry ass to the place. Are you even surprised that I was the only woman there?
Well, I kind of was. But anyway, you can see that I wasn't born with a drill in my hand, but I got a hang of it really quick. Which, for your information, I am super, super proud of. Yeah. Anyway, I left the Einhell workshop with this little rustic spice rack.
So I made it. I had fun. I was super happy I went. So when I finally was able to actually do something, well, I sent a message to Kristen and she was super nice to let me do a late entry.
My final idea was to stain the rack with the dark chestnut stain, and that gave me the rustic look I was going for, accentuating, the nicks, dings, knots, and the rest of the natural features of the wood. I tried dark waxing before, but it simply didn't look good. And I have to tell you that staining this teeny tiny project took me ages, okay? I can't remember big project taking so long to stain.
I was thinking about finishing with white wax, but then I thought dark stain, white wax, what were you thinking? Okay, so that idea went to the bin. So what I did in the end, I sprayed the whole thing with varnish in can.
Call me lazy as much as you want, but I was tired, okay? I was already super tired. And I still had to think about, after photos, staging, and everything. So, yeah.
And well, have a look how it looks.
Here you go, the before and after. It's not perfect, but I love it anyway.
So yeah, this is my baby. I made it from scratch, okay? From scratch. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't got here any spices, maybe because my spices look like this. I got industrial quantities, so this is what I normally use. Or at least something like this, which doesn't fit here. And I need to tell you one thing, that I need to contact the guys from the workshop and ask them what spices actually were they using here, because I've got a few jars of these, okay, the little ones. Still, this is not the size. And in the workshop, they had those little jars and you were able to fit them there, okay? They were there. I've seen it with my own eyes, all right? So they were there. I just need to ask. Anyway, it was fun, okay? It was a total fun, okay? I've learned a lot. And I think that's the most important part of it. And if you're in for another story about how I messed up a different project, well, here you've got another one. $100 challenge. Have a look how I messed up that one. See you next time. Bye.